afternoon. The State's News. I am Mariam Ahmad. Osun State government has expressed concerns over alleged financial and tax violations by Thor Explorations Limited, a UK-based gold exploration company, along with its subsidiaries, Segilola Resources Operating Limited and Segilola Gold Limited. Special Advisor to Governor Adeleke on Mining and Natural Resources, Professor Lukman Jimoda, stated this during a press briefing held to explain what it described as tax infractions amounting to a 3.2 billion naira over a 4-year period. Oluwato Biloba Odunuga has the details.
Government, under the leadership of Governor Adeleke, has raised serious concerns about the operations of the Segilola Gold Project, managed by subsidiaries of Thor Explorations Limited, a UK-based company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Addressing members of the pen profession at the ESCO Lounge of the Osun Government Secretariat, the Special Advisor to the Governor of Mining and Natural Resources, Professor Lukman Jimoda, said the state investigation revealed various unethical business practices, including alleged tax evasion, use of proxies, and failure to comply with environmental assessments. The special advisor, who said the companies involved are Scenic Engineering, ATF Consulting, Monuments Nigeria, and others, added that the companies are reportedly engaged in outsourcing employment and operations to undisclosed third parties without proper documentation or environmental compliance. Professor Jimoda further emphasized that the Segilola project, despite its significant production since 2019, has resisted complying with extant law like PITA and CITA, which govern tax levies, expressing concerns over pollution, including particulate emissions and possible acid drains from waste rocks, which pose serious environmental risks to the state.
Our findings reflected that they are engaging in unethical business practices, alleged tax evasion, sharp operational practices, and engaging in drilling and some other parties that are not disclosed to the state government. They have resisted complying despite the extant law that allows such levies. You know, there's what we call PITA and CITA, the personal income taxation and company income taxation. Apart from the levy, we have issues with particulates in the air. We have issues with gaseous pollution. We have issues with possible acid rains from waste rocks.
Also in their separate submission at the briefing, the State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Oluomokola Kwalimi, Chairman of Osun Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Shola Adeleke, and the Financial Consultant to the Ministry of Mining and Natural Resources, Dr. Wale Bolondro, the Osun State Government is demanding the payment of accrued taxes and environmental development levies, as well as proper documentation for all involved parties, stressing that Osun has not received its due revenue from the Segilola project for over 3 years, despite its bankable gold production since 2019. They added that the refusal to remit taxes from both direct employees and service providers, as well as evasion of other financial obligations, highlights a deeper issue of corporate governance and transparency. The trial noted that Governor Adeleke's administration has emphasized the need for due payment to be made, while also ensuring that business operations continue smoothly.
Get the public abreast of the developments that is ongoing between the state in the area of solid minerals and specifically Segilola group of companies. We want to keep through you, the state and the entire country and the world abreast of that development.
Gentlemen of the press, the governor would like to assure the public and the media that a due process has been followed. Regrettably, the company, Stroll, has engaged in subterfuge to allegedly evade tax by failing to disclose fully its service provider using the same premises and their corresponding tax information required by the state for proper tax assessment of their employees, staff, and this has reflected in the delay and extra work that government officials had to go through in the last 18 months.
They added that this balanced approach by Senator Adeleke-led administration underscored the state's willingness to foster investment, but not at the expense of its physical health or integrity. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
The Deputy Majority Leader, Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Adekunle Oladimiji, says beyond statutory duties of lawmaking and oversight function. Legislatures are expected to prioritize good public conduct and build mechanisms capable of receiving feedback from the constituents. Honorable Oladimeji stated this while delivering a paper titled "The Roles of Legislators to the Electorate in Democratic Society and Vice Versa," held at Olofon's Palace in Ifon venue of the constituency engagement held with his constituents. Oluwatosin Oladokun completes the story.
As the constituency engagement, Osun State House of Assembly Deputy Majority Leader and the incumbent Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji, said legislative arm of government is key and central in a democratic system of government. Delivering his paper entitled "The Roles of Legislators to the Electorate in Democratic Society and Vice Versa," Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji informed his Ifon's constituents who converge on Olofon's Palace that lawmakers at every level are saddled with the free statutory duties of representation, lawmaking, and oversight function.
As a lawmaker, this is part of our rules and duty, which is community engagement. This is done to sensitize the people how governance is being run and the policies of the government. You need to inform them.
Honorable Oladimeji said beyond the provision of a quality and effective representation, lawmaking, and oversight functions, lawmakers are expected to exhibit a good public conduct and build a sound relationship and provide efficient mechanism capable of eliciting adequate feedback. The constituency engagement afforded member representing the Repodun State constituency, Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji, the opportunity brought to the fore his scorecard since he became the lawmaker. Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji also underscored the need for the electorate to see both completed and ongoing projects of Governor Ademola Adeleke in their various communities as theirs.
Constituency engagement is paramount when it comes to legislative activities, legislative duties, because by the time you come back, if you do not engage the people, by the time you need their support again, you don't want to hear some negative words. You need to familiarize with them so that when you need something from them, they will be eager, they will be glad to respond and to give you the full support you need from them.
He called for the continued support of the people of Ifon Township and its environs to join hands with the administration of Governor Ademola Adeleke with the view of moving the state to an enviable height. In his remarks, Olufan of Ifon Kingdom, Oba Peter Ipadiola, who spoke through Basharon of Ifon Land, Chief Oladejo Amao commended Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji for floating a representation for all. Highlights of the constituency engagement with Honorable Adeleke Oladimeji were questions that will bring about developments to Irepodun Orulu State constituency. Oluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
The General Manager, Osun Microcredit Agency, Mr. Muritala Olagunju, is a guest tomorrow on Imole Ayo, a sensitization program which promotes the activities of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration on OSBC channels. Mr. Olagunju will speak on efforts of the present administration towards the economic stimulation and wealth creation in the state through the disbursement of revolving loans to small-scale business owners by his agency. Listeners and viewers can contribute dialing the studio line when the program takes the air at 6:30 in the evening. With that, we have come to the end of the state news on OSBC TV. Join us at 5 for the evening news. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.